Your business can have the most sophisticated cybersecurity measures in place, but it can still fall victim to a brute force attack if your team uses weak passwords. So what is a brute force attack? Well, a brute force attack is when a cyber criminal simply tries to guess your password again and again until they force their way into your system. Now, this doesn't mean that a hacker is going to sit in the background and type your password in and press enter every time until they get it right. They run some sophisticated software that has a password lists they can buy from the dark web that will input all of those passwords in a matter of seconds. Now, obviously, some of these password lists can be up to 3 or 4 billion entries, so they are big lists, and it can take a long time to identify the correct password. But it can happen, and it does happen, especially if you use unsecure passwords. So that's small passwords with only a couple of characters, maybe someone's name, or without any capital letters or numbers or special characters injected into it. The smaller and less complex the password, the much faster and easier it is for a brute force attack to get into your systems. So the hackers don't stop until they win, which is why it's called a brute force attack. But when they do win, the results can be disastrous. A successful attack could lead to identity theft, data breaches, or the use of your company emails for scams. So that could be where they access your emails and send an invoice to one of your customers with their bank details on, but your customer will see it have come from you, and it would have come from you, so they'd likely pay that. So then you'd have to explain to your customer why they got sent this bogus invoice, which they paid and could have well lost money on. So a couple of questions to ask is really, how would you know if this is happening to you? This all happens in the background, behind the scenes. So unless you're proactively monitoring for brute force attacks, you're never going to know it's happening. Our security systems, which is a bolt-on to our managed services, does just this. It's constantly checking your Office 365, your firewall and your PCs for brute force attacks. As soon as it identifies that username is under attack, it will lock it instantly, which will stop the hacker from being able to access it. We can then do remediation, like changing the password if it is an unsecure password, or simply just blocking that IP address of the hacker to stop them from continuing the attack. You can do other things like making your password stronger, using multi-factor authentication, and even limiting the logon attempts, so that if someone tries to access your account for more than 3 times and failed, it automatically locks out for a preset number of minutes or hours. For more information on how to protect your business from cybercrime, please get in touch with us today.